Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation, we're going to see how we can appear to be tech savvy, even if we're not. We are all perceived differently. Factors such as facial shape, vocal inflection, attractiveness, and general emotional state influence people's first impressions of us. People tend to get attached to their initial impressions of others and find it difficult to change their opinions, even when presented with information to the contrary. This is why first impressions are so important. When our friends, our coworkers, even strangers walk by our desktop or our laptop, for instance, if we're in a public place such as a coffee house, we want them to perceive us as having strong technical skills, and we are not to be trifled with. For this lab demonstration, I'll be using Kali Linux, currently connected to the internet using NAT networking for my networking type. I'm also going to be using my Windows 10 machine to demonstrate an emulator that we can also run. We're going to go through 4 different activity generators. We're going to start off with the all-time favorite, the Matrix terminal. Now currently I have this Matrix terminal running on my Kali desktop here. Now to make this full screen, all I have to do is hit F11. I'm going to go up here to my keyboard, I'll press F11, and now my browser or my terminal is full screen. Now to get rid of this VirtualBox taskbar, all I have to do is go to View and select Full Screen Mode. And it tells you that to come out of this full screen mode, you're going to have to use the right control key and the letter F on your keyboard. So let's go ahead and switch. And now anybody walking by will think that I'm up to no good. So let's go ahead and hit Control, the right control, and the letter F, and I'm back. Now to get back to my normal browser screen size or my terminal screen size, I'm just going to press F11 one more time. And we're back. This is a rather simple download and install for Kali. Just use the app space install command followed by the program we want to download, which is C-Matrix. And once you have that typed in correctly, just hit enter. Now I've already installed it. But once you start to install it, if you are prompted to install the program, just press the letter Y to continue on. Once I have the C-Matrix program installed, to run that program from the prompt, all I have to do is type in C-Matrix, all lowercase, and press enter. This next program is something I call the Hacker's Terminal, but it goes by the name of Hollywood. So to install this package, we're going to use the app command. And if you're not logged on like me as root, don't forget to add in the sudo command to give yourself permission to do this install. Secondly, turn off your VPN. For some reason, it will not install behind a proxy. So at the terminal, I've typed in sudo space app space install space Hollywood. Let's go ahead and start the installation. And then it's going to ask you if you want to continue. We're going to type in Y for yes. Once the installation has completed, you can go ahead and run the install. Before I do that, let's go ahead and clear my screen. Now to run this, you're just going to run the command sudo Hollywood. Now that's if you're not root. I'm root, so I'm just going to type in Hollywood. And this is what your activity screen will look like. Now again, if you would like to make this appear full screen, you can do so. When you're done, just close out the terminal. This next package is not so much as an activity generator as it is a small emulator. It actually allows you to interact with this terminal as if it was your desktop. Anything that you can do on your desktop, search for files, browse, go to the internet, whatever it is you do, you can still do it inside of this small emulator. This program is called EdexDUI. The program can be downloaded for your Linux installation, your Windows, or your Mac. Currently, I have it running on my Windows 10 machine. So I'm going to go down here to my search bar on my Windows desktop, and I'm just going to find it. Now, I've already installed it, and like I said, it's just a executable that you download and you run like any other program. Once I launch it, though, you can see that it's going to actually do a boot. It's going to come up, and it's going to go through a normal boot process. And now it's going to give me a desktop. So you can see all the files and directories that are on my actual Windows 10 machine. And this terminal here you can interact with. You can do anything on this terminal that you can normally do on your Windows or your Linux desktop. So for instance, if I go into the terminal and I just type in dir, and I forgot to mention that you get all the sounds, all the Hollywood effects that you would expect with this type of activity generator. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit enter. And it just comes up and it starts giving me some information. Type in Control-C. That'll bring you back to the prompt inside of the terminal. That'll stop whatever it is you're doing there. And then you just type in exit. And hit enter. And this program is no longer being supported by the developers, but you can still download it for Windows, Mac, and or Linux. Our fourth and final contender for the best activity generator that I could find is something called Genact. Now, this even worries me sometimes when I'm looking at it, because it is very well done and it is very convincing that who's ever sitting in front of this screen is up to no good. If you want to be perceived as the skilled hacker that you are, then this is the activity generator that you want. I'm running this from a browser, so there's no installation needed. So I'm currently on my Windows 10 machine. I have my browser at full screen. I use the F11 key to do that. And now to exit out of the full screen, I'm just going to press F11 on my keyboard one more time. This is something you could do to terrorize your coworkers or a family member into thinking that their machine has been overtaken or is hacked. And you can just make it go full screen, and when they walk back on over to their desktop and continue on, this is what they'll see. Genact can be downloaded and installed and not just ran from a browser. Again, it can be installed on your Windows machine, it can be installed on your Mac or your Linux installation. And so in this short video presentation, you got to look at 4 different activity generators that you can use to make yourself look more tech savvy than you may be. If you got any questions, you got any concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor. And again, thanks for watching.